In this installation video, I'll show you how to install the Philips Hue over the top adapter. So as you can see, you can install this adapter over your existing wall plate and you still can access the functions of the button or the paddle switch behind the adapter. And when you're done doing that, you just put that on. So let's start. When you buy your Philips Hue remote, it comes looking like this. This is version number 1 and this is version number 2 on the right side. On the backing, you can see that version 1 comes with 2 magnetic circular discs, while the version number 2 has a rectangular metal backing. It's not magnetic, it's a metal, versus this is magnetic. I lost one of the round ones, but you get the idea. So the idea is to remove one of this, at least one of this, and remove the metal backing from your factory Hue remotes, because you're going to use that to install onto the adapter. These are the adapter. This is version number 1 and this is version number 2. So it goes onto the wall like this. So version number 1, you want to take off that round magnet and put it in there. And you can, it's friction fit, but if you find that it's loose, you can just dab a little crazy glue or just put scotch tape around this, because it'll be hidden once you put that on. Likewise with version number 2, you get the rectangular metal backing and put that into the slot here and use again either super glue, hot glue, or scotch tape. So I'll go ahead and proceed to do that. Here's version number 1 and version number 2. This is the front of both of them and this is the back of both of them. As you can see, I remove those pieces from the factory so that the Hue remote can be magnetically put on the face of this. Version number 1 first, you can see stays on. It'll be like this. Once you mount it, it'll be simply putting it on and off while you still have function to the wall plate button. And this is version number 2, Hue number 2. Again, now mounting the adapters on top of this is pretty straightforward. I'll demonstrate with version number 1 here. Is simply remove the factory screw or the wall covering screw, and you're going to simply mount this on top of it. And yes, we are aware that this is beige color and this is white. We're doing this for contrast, but normally most people have white cover, so it'll match the white adapters we normally sell. We only sell white so far. I'm gonna set this down first. Now that the screw is removed, you want to leave that cover there because these adapters are just meant to be placed on top of it, right there. And if you can use your existing screws, it may work at the bottom, but we found out that sometimes these factory screws are too short, so we've provided longer screws for you. Here are the longer screws, and you simply put that into the corresponding holes. Now since these are longer, if you notice, I'll take off the wall plate. It goes into the hole right there and right here. Now you have to be careful when you're working with electricity. You don't want to touch a terminal. That could cause a lot of serious damage to yourself and be fatal. So careful when working that, avoid touching that. But if you notice, sometimes the longer screw will not go into this because of the drywall. So you get a sharp object and you poke this all the way through to give the screw enough length to screw all the way in. It's just hollow drywall, so you can do that if you needed to. Sometimes some houses they will have some clearance here. As you can see, there's gaps, so yours may have some gap in there and you wouldn't need to do that. So I'm gonna put the wall plate back in, put the adapters on top, and begin to screw it on. Slightly tighten, but no over tighten, and there we go. And that completes the installation instruction. Same thing with version 2, exactly the same thing, it's just a different size of adapter. And that concludes the installation instructions. Thank you.